Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Element Hour Gaming Channel. I'm AJ Gels. Guys, I know I'm late today. There's a very good reason for that. I'm not gonna apologize for this. This is something I actually wanted to do today. Last night I was looking on my channel. I realized that I was damn close to near 500 videos. I think it was like 2-3 short. So basically, I've been spending the day uploading. I think currently my 499th is currently uploading. So this video right here, this will be the 500th video on this channel. That's 500. So it's to me it's a big deal. I've been doing this a while. It's a neat landmark for me. So that's why this is up a little late today. Something else that today I'm trying to think here. I said I was going to do Sherlock Holmes: The Devil's Daughter. I made a small change to that. I thought. I was at GameStop today looking at it, and I'm like, do I want to play it? I'm like, because the rental place I have here in my hometown didn't have it, so I was looking at GameStop. I'm like, do I want to spend $60 on this? Because I'm like, it was not a game I wanted to own. I was one I'd play for 5 days and drop back off, while I did it for the channel. But I'm like, spend $60 and then return it for maybe $20. That's if I'm lucky. So what I decided to do, because I was sitting there and I saw something else that I really wanted, something that I've been thinking about doing. So so I kind of decided, I'm going to do it for the channel. This is going to be a lot of fun. I got it right here with me. I picked up Valkyria Chronicles remastered. I said that the weirdest way possible. So I'll be starting that today instead of Sherlock Holmes: The Devil's Daughter. A really cool RPG. I'm a really big World War II history kind of guy. So this is like pseudo European. It's really interesting. I've seen about maybe a couple hours of it. So I'm really excited for that. Tune in this weekend. Definitely the 12th, the 13th. Let me see here. Let me get my calendar out. Let me see here. The 12th, I will be. Let me see here. Sorry, I'm looking at my calendar. The 12th, we have the EA press conference, there's an EA event that IGN's covering that I will be doing a reaction video to. The Mafia 3 worldwide reveal. Then the Bethesda press conference. Then on Monday will be Microsoft, followed by Ubisoft, and then Sony. And then there was also the PC gaming show on the 13th, but I'll be watching that after the fact and doing a video for that on the 14th. And I won't be doing anything for the Nintendo thing, just because it seemed all spread out, and it just seemed like that would be really complicated. So I'm missing one, but like I said, EA, Mafia 3, Bethesda, Microsoft, Ubisoft, and the PC Gaming Show, you'll be able to check out my reaction. Like, I'll basically be watching the press conferences and then doing a kind of reaction video, like talking about them, what's going on at those. So periodically through Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, be sure to check the channel out. I'll be doing all of that. Anything else? I think that's all the housekeeping stuff. So guys, if you're new to this channel and don't know what this show is, I gather news all over the place. I talk about, and I come here, I talk about it, and whatnot. This week it's a lot of either game announcements or whatnot. This week doesn't have like a lot of technically news, but a lot of announcements. So pretty much this I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this. Okay, here we go. This first story. Apparently, the Nintendo DS is now, and this is from Nintendo to IGN. They said this, and I quote: "The current generation's top-selling dedicated gaming platform, with 60 million units sold, and that's the 3DS family, not just that's the 3DS, the standard, the XL, the new 3DS XL, and the 2DS. So the DS is now apparently the top-selling dedicated gaming console. Like that's interesting to me. I guess it makes sense. I still think the Vita is a better product. It just Sony didn't do anything with and just kind of let it die. I know I'm kind of saying that after the fact too, because I just got a Vita really early this year. So yeah. That's when I picked up my Vita, but I love the Vita. But good job, Nintendo. Really interested to see what the NX is going to be. I have no idea. article by Alex Osborne of IGN. That's the only tech story I got. So like I said, now into the announcements and release date category. XCOM 2. I know you. Well, why am I talking XCOM 2? That game already came out in February, which is true. But the game is coming out again on September 6th. This time for PS4, Xbox One. Game's coming to consoles. The game it'll be the typical retail $59.99. And the reinforcement pack, or the season pass, will also be available for $20 or $19.99. And all my prices are American. Just you can do your own conversion. Article by Dan Stapleton of IGN. If you didn't have a gaming PC, and you thought XCOM 2 looked really good, definitely go buy it. Great game, really fun, really cool. Although I hope that they kind of do mod support for Xbox One, especially now that Fallout 4 did it. I mean, I'm probably hoping for something that's not going to happen. I mean, I'm not hoping isn't the right word, because I'm not buying the game, seeing that I already have it. But the game's got a lot of great mods. It's a really fun game. Alright, The Division's Underground DLC, its release date was apparently leaked by Amazon UK, available for download June 25th. The date has since been removed. And note, this isn't a confirmation. This is just something that appeared on Amazon. So sometimes those are true, sometimes they're a little off. So again, this isn't a confirmation. This isn't exactly. But you could probably look for it around June 5th, and you will be seeing that DLC played right here on my channel. Article by Alicia Judge over at IGN. Well, after Watch Dogs 2 had been kind of leaked and kind of talked about, and we'd all kind of assumed that Watch Dogs 2 would be taking the Assassin's Creed slot for this year in the absence of an Assassin's Creed, Ubisoft finally came out and revealed and announced it. Watch Dogs 2 will be coming to our consoles November 15th, 2016. They did this big gameplay reveal. You can go check it out. It's like a 13-minute video. Developers talking about it. They showed some gameplay. The trailers are really interesting. Some of my takeaways from it. We have the new character, Marcus Holloway. I think he's Asian or half Asian or something. From the Silicon Valley, that area. Apparently, he's going to be more of a charismatic character compared to Aiden Pierce. Aiden was kind of introverted and always kind of angry. Made sense. I mean, with the story they were telling, their story was like, I might play the original Watch Dogs on this channel, I'm not sure. But the original story of Watch Dogs was, it's kind of this idea of revenge, kind of taking it to the people that wronged him. Aiden's kind of I'd say kind of like Batman with guns, for the fact that you can choose to play it without killing people, but I killed a lot of people in that game. So, he'll kill a lot of the bad guys. I don't know. It's weird. I guess comparing him to Batman isn't necessarily the correct way, but, that was that idea. But apparently, Marcus is going to be a little different. He's going to be more charismatic, more outgoing with the people, which is kind of an important part of this game. Because the idea of this game, the way you advance, as opposed to, I think, normal games with experience, the way it kind of works is you gain followers. It's kind of like social media. They were talking about with this game, they wanted to kind of show like the social media and its impact on just kind of society and people. Like they were talking about elections and like how much social media actually like influences all of this. So you're kind of going to get followers. This way you gain research points. You can upgrade your hacking abilities. And the video I saw was, it said some point, like, through all this research points, you get access to, like, 3D printing, and you can, make drones and whatnot, but my favorite was you can make guns out of a 3D printer. So, I don't know 100% how that would work, but is that possible? Anybody out there know? If you know, go to the comments, tell me, is it possible to make a functioning gun and using a 3D printer? Somebody tell me. But that's kind of the idea. But speaking of hacking, though, the idea for this one is to kind of give you more options while you hack. It's really different than what it was with Aiden, where you press the button and the thing did whatever it was supposed to do. With this one, like, he hacked. It showed hacking this kind of like this forklift car. Then with the phone, hacks it, and then it kind of goes to this like faraway camera, and you see Marcus sitting down hacking on a computer, well, then you can actively control this forklift. It's not just like the forklift moves on a designated path. You're actually controlling it, and you can kind of chain stuff together. It plays off your own imagination and your own. It gives you more flow kind of idea for the game. Driving is being revamped, so every vehicle will feel different, but it'll actually be easier to drive than it was in the original Watch Dogs. You can shoot and drive. Thank God. Basically, the idea for this, the concept for this game, it's kind of like fight the power. You're basically your goal is to fight a corrupt system that basically took Marcus and basically arrested him and framed him for a crime he didn't commit. So it's this kind of idea and apparently it's going to be more of a free form story as opposed to the linear. It's this mission, then this mission, then this mission. Well, for this one, it's going to be more. How to put? I'm trying to think like the best way they put it. It's like there's like all these like smaller missions that can be taken on in any order, and then there are your certain set pieces. But all these little things that lead up to this big set piece you can do in any order, and then it'll bunch of kind of. I'm assuming kind of like how Grand Theft Auto will work sometimes. Like there are. Like sometimes there's like 2 or 3 little mission chains that you can do that'll lead up to a big set piece. So I'm guessing that's kind of the idea that they're getting at with this one. Anything else in this from this video? I'm sorry, I'm looking at my notes from what I saw in the video. Apparently, this time around you can go through. You can choose your method of attack. You can go through something called it's like I think they call it Ghost, which it's like a full stealth, go full assault. I don't know what that one was called, but then there's this other one called this third approach called Jester, where basically you don't even enter the area. You do it all through hacking. It's because I think this one they were calling it network hacking, where it's like say you hack into a camera, and in the previous Watch Dogs you hack into a camera and then you can hack into stuff that you see directly from that camera. You can kind of like camera hop. I kind of liked that. That was kind of interesting. But with this new one, this network hacking, you not only gain access to the like the individual camera, you get access to all the other cameras on that network, so you can kind of move around and play around in the little world. A lot easier. It's really, you can apparently hack while you drive, like I've seen him driving with, they were showing you driving, but while controlling a drone. I'm like, I have no idea how that's going to work, because that's going to be super complicated. But I'm really interested to see what this is going to do. The game looked really good. The concept seems really good. Like the tone is more kind of like fight the system, kind of getting people on your side, as opposed to Aiden's, which was you're going to step on everyone to get your revenge, which I still liked Watch Dogs. I thought it had a lot of potential, but really kind of fell short. This one looks like it's building on everything that Watch Dogs 1 built, but I think they're taking the good ideas and expanding them, and they're doing something I really loved: customizable weapons. That was my big problem with the first one, the fact that you could carry like 80 weapons, and it's really at some point you only use 4. So I don't know. That article was by Marty Sleva, which I got the release date. The rest I got through a video just on YouTube. Tons of YouTubers are putting it up. I just searched Watch Dogs 2 gameplay reveal, and you'll get a cool video. So go check that out. Volition has also announced their next game. This is the people who brought us Saints Row. A very similar style game, is very much in the vein of Saints Row. A game called Agents of Mayhem, article by Vince Ingenito of IGN. I saw the trailer for this game. Really kind of colorful art style, a different kind of art style, but same kind of idea. It looks like, like a lot of explosions, a lot of over-the-top characters. It looks really interesting, so keep your eye on Agents of Mayhem. Final Fantasy 12 is apparently getting a remastered on the PS4. Final Fantasy 12, The Zodiac Age, is coming to PS4 in 2017. I don't have an exact release date, but 2017, sometime next year. Article by Andrew Goldfarb at IGN. I'm excited for that. I thought Final Fantasy 12 was a very good game. I think it will do well with the upgraded visuals. I think probably the areas are probably going to be a little bigger. It depends on what all they're doing to it, but I think that game would I think that was a next gen. I think that was like a next gen game that ended up on the PS2. So I think that the PS4 is really going to do something real cool with that. Injustice 2 has also been announced. I have no talking points on that because I didn't play the first Injustice. That's the sequel to the DC fighting game, Injustice: Gods Among Us. Article Wesley Copeland, IGN. Zero Time Dilemma will be available in the States on PC June 29th. Apparently this game was already a handheld game, and I think there's another handheld game in the series coming along, Allegra Frank of Polygon. I don't know. I don't know this game franchise, so I don't really have much to say about it. Any of you out there know it, please tell me in the comments, tell me what it's like, tell me if I should play it and try it out. Now into the few things that make me a little sad. Made me almost throw my phone out a window yesterday. We have a few delays. Sort of. Okay, we have two delays and one that I'm going to call a delay that people would tell me to get over. Guerrilla Games Horizon Zero Dawn, the big RPG with the robot dinosaurs. Yeah, that game got pushed back to 2017. Although we actually now have an actual release date, even though they were saying 2016, now it is currently at, it will currently now be released February 28th, 2017, and will be at E3. Alex Osborne of IGN. Yooka-Laylee has also been delayed. Originally expected for October of this year, now has been pushed to sometime in quarter one in 2017. Joe Scrubbles of IGN. And now the big one that really makes me sad. It's kind of funny because last week I talked about the people sending those death threats to the developer and the journalist who were talking about No Man's Sky's like month-long delay, and a lot of people would say, "Well, aren't you doing the same thing as them?" And I'm like, no, because this one drives me even crazier because of the length of the delay, and the fact that this game was supposed to come out last year. And then they waited till the end of the year to say summer of 2016. And I'm pretty sure from hearing me talk, you should know what game I'm talking about. I'm talking about Persona 5. Its North American release date has finally been announced, coming to us in February 14th of 2017. Andrew Goldfarb of IGN. Now, I'm not going to send a death threat to anybody. No. I'm just saying that really ticks me off. Surely for the fact that I was hearing, we were hearing 2016 at PSX. They come out, Atlas comes out, PSX says summer 2016. So we had to wait like about another 6 months. Fine, whatever. I'm waiting for it. I'm seeing all this really cool, the announcements. I'm seeing all this really cool stuff. I saw, I think the Japanese version's coming out sometime next month. Middle of next month, so I'm sitting there going, okay, cool, okay, that's the Japanese time. They say summer, so I'm thinking, okay, probably the North American, probably August, November, August, September, around that time. But no, now they come out and say it's coming out next year in February, which that just pisses me off for the fact that that's about 6 months worth of a gap between them. Because one, I think the Persona series is such a huge franchise in America. I thought that would be that would warrant a side-by-side release like Final Fantasy, but apparently not. Which that astounds me. And I have to wait fucking 6 months for that. I mean, that just drives me nuts for the fact that if you're going to offset the Japanese and the Western release or the North American release, tell us that in the first place. Stop basically making it sound like they're going to come out close to each other. I understand that there's a little bit of a gap, but still. And yet I sit there going, but I also sit here going, how much work, why does it take 6 months worth of work to get the American version out? Because I say American, I'm sorry, North American. Why does it take about 6 months worth of work? Because, because to me, I'm sitting there going, why weren't you just doing because how much harder is the coding to get the subtitles in English and do the English to do the English voice acting? What's up with that? Or are they doing something like what they did with Fire Emblem Fates, where they're pulling out like a small chunk of the game because Western audiences might have a problem with it? Because I remember I believe Fire Emblem Fates was the game that had to have a small chunk removed because there was something about a character. She's like a female, but wanted to be a male. There was something with that. I think they pulled out because they were afraid of offending Western audiences with transgendered rights or something like that. It was something along those lines. I can't remember the exact story. Go back probably about a month. You'll probably find me talking about it back then. But I mean, what the hell, guys? I mean, like that just bugs me because again, it to me it just seems like all we'd have to do is change do English subtitles and do the new do the English voice acting. I don't know. It drives me crazy. It really bothers me. I don't know. Okay, there we go. There's my rant. I'm done. I'm not gonna flip out anymore. So that's all the delays. Now into the cancellations. First-person horror game Allison Road has been canceled officially by its developer. It was kind of pitched on Kickstarter as a spiritual successor to PT. Yeah, you won't be able to play that anymore. Alex Osborne of IGN. There have been rumors kind of floating around. Okay, I'm sorry. Out of cancellations and now into rumors. I'm sorry. There's a lot of stuff this week. Into rumors. Apparently, there have been rumors that Elder Scrolls Skyrim Remastered, Prey 2, Wolfenstein 2, and Evil Within 2 will all be announced at E3 this year. Well, Base.com has apparently listed the Elder Scrolls Skyrim, try this one more time. The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, the definitive edition for PS4 and Xbox One, set for November 23rd of 2016. So if you want to go check that out, and maybe now the PlayStation version will work. Article by Joe Scrubbles of IGN. So again, this is all just rumored. Although I think now that one showed up on a retail site, I'm saying that one probably more likely. A picture of this is gonna be a picture of a poster for Dead Rising 4 has surfaced in a few sites. Kotaku being probably one of the big ones. Has confirmed that this is real. That from a variety of sources that this Dead Rising 4 poster exists. It was something kind of leading into E3. So we may see some Dead Rising 4. The poster shows the original protagonist, Frank West. Kotaku kind of reports that the game is going to be set in Willamette, Colorado, suggesting and I quote, remake of sorts. Article by Nicole Carpenter of IGN. That's interesting. I mean, I wouldn't bet it's a remake. If anything, it might either... I'm not sure here, because I don't want to say it's a remake or a reboot, because I don't understand why you just call it 4. I think then you'd probably want to give it a subtitle and then make it clear that it's a reboot or a remake. My guess is Frank West is going back to Willamette. We're probably going to be back in the mall, and we're going to be we're going to be hunting for something. I'm not 100% sure what's going to go on, but we might have more zombie killing fun with Dead Rising games. Telltale's The Walking Dead Season 3 will apparently be revealed this Sunday and is aiming for a fall launch. You can tune into IGN this Sunday at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 Eastern for the reveal. Well, that's 5 Central. That's the time I'm living in right now. So I just want to throw that out to you guys because, Central's never talked about. Telltale will also be revealing their Batman series at E3, and that's before its supposed summer release. So be able to check all those out. I'll probably be playing those on this channel. Not 100% sure, but I probably will. Article by Jonathan Dornbush, IGN. This one's really fun for me because this kind of brings me back to when I was a kid. Like this I remember this game. I think it was an M-rated game. I think it was T. But I remember this was a little, I remember this game when I was like in middle school or something. Nordic Games Reinhard Police. I hope that's Pollic. I hope I pronounced that right. Apparently they are, and I quote, looking into a revival of the Destroy All Humans series, end quote. And in another quote, and I quote, hopes development will begin shortly, end quote. Elise Favis at Game Informer. That makes me happy. Destroy All Humans was great. I mean, it was so much fun. I kind of hope they're kind of reboot and we get a new, not a new protagonist. I kind of hope we keep the same protagonist because he had this great voice, great concept. The evil overlord alien. The game was so much fun, really funny. I'm really hoping that we see a reboot of that franchise because I think that franchise would do so well right now, especially on the new consoles with the new updated looks. I think that would be so much fun. I'm not sure if I said at least Fabus Game Informer. Ubisoft is now instituting a similar ban to Overwatch cheaters. It was Overwatch for Rainbow Six Siege. Well, kind of. It will be in Rainbow Six Siege, and why I say kind of. Anybody caught cheating will receive. It may receive a temporary ban if Ubisoft deems it appropriate. So I'm not sure why you might get a temporary ban. Maybe if something glitched, or I don't know. But Ubisoft has said they will, case by case basis. You may either receive a permanent or temporary ban for cheating on Rainbow Six. CD Projekt Nicole Carpenter of IGN, I apologize. CD Projekt Red has apparently is now filing has filed a new trademark for Gwent the Witcher card game. No idea currently if this means or what CD's planning on doing, because right now they've said their full studio is working on Cyberpunk 2077, so there's not really a lot. I'm not really sure what exactly this game is going to be. Maybe they're going to be releasing Gwent, individual, like as an actual trading card game. I have the decks sitting up here on my table with both the special editions of the last two DLC packs for Witcher 3. So I have all the Gwent cards. So maybe they're planning on releasing those separately. Maybe they're planning on doing a new game, which I'm trying to find the quote here, and I quote, they've kind of, CD's kind of talked about their plans to release, and I quote, a new type of video game format previously unexplored by the studio. So we may see a mobile card game. I mean, I think Gwent would work really well on mobile. We may see it on mobile. We may see it in handheld. We may see. I don't know what, but keep an eye out for a new Gwent game coming out by CD Projekt Red. Article by Nicole Carpenter of IGN. Fallout 4's soundtrack, Sounds of the Wasteland, is going to be released on vinyl and is available over at Bethesda's online store. They're making 3,000 copies of the 6 LP Deluxe Edition, which will cost you $125. Expected to ship July 1st. Article by Jonathan Dornbush at IGN. Somebody in the comments, please explain to me this fascination with vinyl. I'm not a fan of vinyl, especially because like a lot of people are releasing music nowadays and putting it on vinyl, and it's like I'm hearing like modern day groups, and I'm like, it's not. I'd rather listen to it on my phone because with all these bands nowadays, they're doing their it's electrically modified, they're putting through sliders and they're cleaning up the audio, and then you put it on vinyl. To me, it doesn't sound right. Keep that on CD. What I like on vinyl is like the old like jazz and stuff that was made to be, that wasn't written to be on, but that was originally recorded for vinyl. I think those sound so much better. I don't know, in opinion. Remedy told Polygon in an interview that they are currently working on 2 new AAA titles. And here's the bad part for people like me, neither of which are Alan Wake 2. Apparently Alan Wake 2 is still, I think as the article put it, in casual discussions. So they haven't even, I don't even think there's been a decision to do Alan Wake 2 yet. But I'm going to read a big quote from the article, a big quote from the IGN article that I picked this up from by Joe Screbbles of IGN. So this is the big, in his words, this is kind of how he summed up the interview with Polygon. And I quote, the first is a brand new IP, a AAA game being made with a new partner that isn't Microsoft. The second is also a AAA project, and then in parentheses, no mention of this being a new IP was made. close parentheses. But is currently in the concept stage and has no publishing plans at this point. Neither of the games will be shown at E3 or Gamescom this year, end quote. So like I said, that was from the article by Jeff Scrabbles of IGN that I got this from. I don't know what Remedy's planning on, honestly. Maybe the second AAA title is going to be a sequel to Quantum Break, because I think Quantum Break left it pretty... I think if there was a game that they did that I think opened them up for a sequel, Quantum Break much more than Alan Wake. But who knows? I can only speculate, and I'm not even going to try and guess what their new IP is. So, who knows? Keep an eye out for that. And my final story, this is big for people who loved the original Psychonauts and is looking forward to the sequel. Psychonauts is now available for $9.99, again, American dollars, on the PlayStation Store for PS4. It is now a PS2 classic, so go check that out. Article by Jonathan Dornbush of IGN. Guys, that's all the news I have for you this week. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the show. Like I said, check out some of the Let's Plays I'm doing right now. I'm still working on Fallout 4. I'm still working on Metal Gear Solid 5, The Division. I'm right now working on Alan Wake. I plan on starting Valkyria Chronicles today. I started Mirror's Edge Catalyst not too long ago, so please come by, check all those out, have fun. Keep watching videos. I know I feel like I've dropped energy and gone super monotone. But please keep checking out all the content I put out there. Check out my website for my reviews. Check out my Facebook, Twitter, my Facebook and my Twitter. To stay up to date, there's a post on both of those whenever I upload a video. Those are down in the description. Hit me up down in the comments, if you want to tell me something, what you're liking about the channel, not liking about the channel, who you are, where you're from, how you found the channel, how long you've been watching, that kind of stuff. Hell, post links to to articles or something that you found around the web that you found interesting that I might not have talked about this week that I just didn't see. Feel free. I'm always happy to hear about new news and talk with it with you guys. So go ahead and do that. And if you enjoyed this video, you enjoy any video on this channel, please always remember, help support, hit that like button, subscribe, stay up to date, keep watching videos, help spread content. Because I do this for you guys. I love this, but help me rack up the view count. Get more people. My goal by my 1 year anniversary, sometime in October, I want to have 50 subscribers. I'm about 17 short right now, so I'm at 33. So hit that subscribe button and keep watching, because I want to try and hit 5,000 total views by that time. I'm currently at 2,300, something like that. So keep viewing, keep hitting that like button, keep subscribing, tell your friends. I don't know, sneak onto your friends' YouTube accounts and subscribe. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry I rambled there. Thank you so much for watching. Tune in next week, same time. Remember to check out my E3 videos early next week. So that's all I got for you guys right now. So until next time, I'm AJ Gels. This is the Untitled Gaming Channel. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I'm out.